Good morning.
Hi.
Mrs.
Hi,
Flood.
Hi. Nice
Hi,
to meet you,
take a seat. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to just sit here and we're going to get to know you a little better. All right? Thank you so much for coming in. My name is Miss Johnson.
Hi, Miss Johnson.
Right. And we're just going to talk a little bit about yourself and your past experiences. Okay? My first question is, what motivates you to do good work?
Well, good work, it's a part of me to try to want to help others and make a difference in others' lives. So I think it's important for me to do good work so that it's an accomplishment in my eyes and as well as the company. So it's really to make a difference in others' lives. If I can, just leave my mark.
Wow. And why did you choose your particular major?
I chose my major, most honestly, it's because I've been a subordinate for many years. And I think that being under good leadership has really matured me to want it for myself. That I've developed and grown in this phase of my life that I'm ready to, do that for myself as well. To be a good leader for someone else.
And how do you prefer to be supervised?
Well, I really, when it comes to it, preferably I would like to have a manager or a leader, a manager, supervisor, whichever I'm placed under, to have someone that allows me to have autonomy as well as some guidance, so have a balance. In addition, really someone that is easy to talk to and as easygoing or down to earth as I am, that matches we have a matching personality, and I love team. So somebody that's that I can make a good fit in their team.
Mm-hmm. And what have you learned from your failures?
So failures, I just see them as opportunities to progress forward. Those were just experiences that happened to me, and I'm gonna not stay in that area of failure. Just move on, something that I can progress forward in. There's no continuous failure in my eyes.
Well, Mrs. Flood, why should we hire you? What do you have to offer to us?
As you can see when you review my resume, I think that I bring a lot of years in good customer relations experience, as well as some human resources experience. I've had experience in property management, training, onboarding with employees, doing the background checks, some interviewing as well, and also helping volunteers to be able to fit into the congregation that I attended was a good help for me to help to understand how a candidate is chosen for jobs. So I think I bring that, and many years again in customer service, and I think I've grown a lot to be able to handle a position such as this in human resources.
What do you consider your greatest strengths and weaknesses?
So in my strengths, I consider myself a good critical thinker in the midst of and being able to be adaptable in changing situations. I also have a good work ethic, and I think that I'm an organized multitasker. I would say organized multitasker, because there's some multitaskers that are all over the place, but I would consider myself more organized. Over the years I've become that way. And as well as, I think that I'm a good communicator, an effective communicator. Weaknesses, I'm more critical on myself than anybody else, because I always want to be my best and want things to get done in a timely and a good manner. Another weakness I've noticed for me is for my patience level with just trying to get things done on time. And that's where I get a little impatient because I want to kind of check it off my list. So I'm just a one and done. I want to get it done, you know, so that we're not wandering around, is that finished, or, you know, that everything's done in time.
And which classes did you enjoy the most? Which did you enjoy the least, and why?
Okay, so I really enjoy business writing as well as human resources. Business writing because I think that I am an effective writer as far as communication-wise, and I believe that it's a good strength to have. And the human resources is because I think that the business writing, and I really enjoyed language arts through all phases of my life. I've been a good student in that area. So I think that the communication as well as the writing is very effective and helpful to make me ready for human resources, because I want to be as helpful to the employees or the candidates coming in, making sure that they have the right information, as well as training, and that we're hiring good candidates that fit the company or the organization culture. And we want to always make sure that the vision, the culture, and the mission is being followed through, that, you know, that it aligns with the company. That's always my focus as well, that I also align with the company's vision, culture, as well as mission. So my least favorite would be challenges in leadership. And it started out that way as my least favorite because at first I did not comprehend why I needed the class. And once we got into what's the objective of the class and how I'm going to utilize this, it helped me to understand that I need it for understanding other people's perspectives, other people's ideas, as well as how I can help them effectively to be a good leader for them. So, you know, and really help the critical thinking as well. That was a part of it. So then it made it a lot better in taking the class, you know, and I had more understanding. Because I think that's how my brain works. I work by understanding things. If I don't understand something, it's going to seem a lot harder. I think for anybody, you know.
Now, I would like to ask you to tell me about a time when you had to be assertive.
Okay, so I believe that there was an instance with my projects, the projects in school. We had a few projects that were due, or we had a project that was due, and no one was stepping up to the plate, planning the meetings of when we're gonna get together and, you know, conclude the project. So I took it upon myself, just in a wise way, to say, let's get together, what's everybody's availability, so that we can get this goal complete, you know. And we actively met, and we assigned the roles, got ideas, conversed about everything, and we met the deadline for our project. So I think that was one instance I could remember.
And describe a time when you used persuasion to convince someone to see things your way.
My way, okay. So in one of the roles that I work in is as an before care or aftercare counselor. And in aftercare, I know we have students that sometimes we have to do homework help. And I had one student, Zoe, that was, they're all K5 to 12. So in this instance, I was with K5, and they have writing and math homework that they have to do. And I had one student, Zoe, that she did not have confidence in herself to say that she knew how to write her name well. And I just kept encouraging her and saying, you know, you can do it. You can do it. It just takes practice. And as time, you know, she did it. And she was very excited. I was so thrilled by that. And by the end of the next day, I heard her encouraging other students, saying, you can do it, you can do it. It just takes practice. And so it brought tears to my eyes to see that. So that's a one instance I can think of where it was persuasion and influence. That was very positive.
And can you tell me a project that you initiated?
All right, so this is another instance in one of my roles as before care or after care counselor, where when I first started, about 2 years ago maybe, the kids we would take them in the morning around 7 o'clock, and they had just, they would just sit in the gym primarily and not do anything. And for me, I'm an active person, and the kids are very active, so they would be sitting there and nothing was happening until they went to class. So I found out from my manager, I went and checked, and I said, you know, is there any way we can do some activities? What can we do? And I thought about it. I'm like, you know, they're in here with the same gym equipment, the balls, everything. And these are their items. These are their things that they play with every day in PE. Why not, you know, let them play on the court, we're in the gym, and just set up some rules for them. So what I did was I talked to everybody at once and let them know, you know, we're going to do this. As long as these rules are met, as long as these boundaries are followed, we can have fun and we can do this. So from then, we're now doing that, and everybody's not so bored. There are rules like about sharing. I let them know that this is a community. We're in a community with others. We have to be like Jesus. We're going to share, we're going to care, we're going to show kindness. We're going to communicate with one another. We're not going to fight. And these are the rules. So if you don't adhere to the rules, and if you see someone not following the rules, you let me know. You're going to sit down. So since then, they've been very compliant. I even have, there's some young ladies that would just sit, and they thought they couldn't participate. They just wanted to sit, but when they saw their friends going, they started going, and they got excited. And then it grew, I believe that it grew our athletics at the school, because more of them wanted to go play basketball. They wanted to try volleyball. And now they're all joining sports next year. So I think that was a good accomplishment that was beneficial to the kids, because now they're not having, you know, just sitting down like a zombie. So they're being active and meeting new people as well.
And what do you consider the most creative thing that you've done?
Well, in the past 3 years, I've gone and taught myself. I have an interest in arts. So I've always been involved in arts. And one of my hobbies, it started as a hobby, is me making shirts. So I trained myself with YouTube videos and classes and different things like that, how to create shirts, create customized shirts. And people have seen them, and when they ask, you know, can I get a shirt? I do Christian shirts, I do celebratory shirts, I do small business, memorial, sports, you name it. And the niche that I follow is that you're going to help to create your shirt. It's not just, I'm going to make a shirt for you. You're going to be active in doing this. It's not, it's going to be customized. So you have a part in your design because you have to like it. So I figured, why would we do something, why would you wear something you don't like? And if you know you had a hand in it with my creative eye, you're going to make.
So, tell me about a time when you influenced the outcome of a project by taking a leadership role.
Okay, so I think there was most recently, there was a issue with students. We were doing a project and some of them got a little confused. So somehow I was available in the WhatsApp group and I responded and tried to clear up everything where we had the peer reviews. So I was able to walk them through where to find it and how to just be a little instrumental in how to manipulate it and how it worked. And they were able to turn in their papers in time. I was able to do mine. It was a good day.
Okay. Describe a situation when you had many assignments or projects due at the same time. What steps did you take to finish them?
So recently also I had been traveling with my son for volleyball, travel volleyball. And I knew I had assignments due, so what I did was take my laptop, got me a new charger so I can plug in, and all the days of the tournaments, in between the breaks, I would work on my homework, do my replies, do some reading at night, be a little less sociable, cut that in half as far as in between the games of the sociable, because I knew that was time I needed to finish my work. Mm-hmm. And in the evening times, I would, spend time with my family a little bit, and then just go back to finishing everything. So it was a lot of late nights. The days were tiring because of the tournaments, but I managed to be flexible with that and get all my work done. It was tough, but yeah.
Now describe a situation in which you overcame a personality conflict in order to get results.
Okay, in my role as a, implementation or pharmacy support specialist, occasionally during the day I have phone calls or setting up the pharmacies for the 340B program. I have to follow up, and this particular pharmacy, the pharmacy manager was very nice and understanding. However, the owner was a little crass in getting everything done. He had deadlines. So what I did was, made it where I communicated a little better with the pharmacy manager. We were able to get the documents in and have the owner sign everything, and he was able to send everything over to me to get everything set up. And the owner, he actually called and apologized that he was just having a bad day. And I just kept calm, through the whole thing, and just was very professional and telling them what we needed, just communicating.
And now describe a time when you had to defend your decision.
Okay, so another role, in that role, I also do phone calls with pharmacy support. And we have a lot of pharmacies calling in with claims and needing help. And that particular day, well, there's several instances where that's happened, where we need the account manager to authorize something for the covered entity in a timely manner for the pharmacy to get the medication out to the patient. However, the account manager wasn't available in a timely manner. This was when the patient was waiting. So I went ahead and did an override for them so that the patient could get their medication, and waited for the account manager to call me back, which she reassured me that I did do the right thing and that they would all go ahead and, take care of the other situation to adjust it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Flood, for coming in today. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. Thank you for your candidness, and thank you for your thoroughness.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity to meet with you. Have a good day.
You too.
Hope to see you soon.
You will. Welcome, Mrs. Flood. Good to see you again.
Good to see
Take
you.
a seat, take a seeat.
Seems like it's been years, huh?
I know. Well, we called for you to come back in to just give you the news. that after conferring as a team, we've decided that we do not need you to come back for a second interview because we'd like to offer you the position. If you'd still like it, would you like to work with us?
Yes, very much so.
Fantastic.
Very much.
Yes, we were really impressed by everything that you said and just your presence. We think you'd be a great asset to the team and to the company.
Oh my, thank you so much. I don't know what to say. I accept.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you so much.
So we just have some paperwork for you to fill out.
Okay.
And then we want to take you around to meet everyone. But welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
So if you'll follow me.
Okay.
Okay.